It is summertime, and families out there are planning road trips, adventures, gathering up things and seeing what the world has in store for them. But are you prepared for what may happen while you're out there for you and your family? That just in case what if factor may appear. Are you ready for it? So if you're interested in listening to this conversation, go ahead and grab a pen, paper, and some coffee, and let's go ahead and talk about it, because I have some interesting tidbits that I'd like to share with you.
I've fallen and I can't get up.
3 weeks ago, I had a massive slip and fall accident here in our RV. And the reason why I'm bringing this up, because this is relevant to what the topic goes. If you see me kind of fidgeting around a bit, is I'm still in a lot of pain, so I'm still getting treatment for what's going on here. But about 3 weeks ago, as most, I have a fifth wheel RV, and I have 3 steps that go into my kitchen, 3 steps that go into my bedroom, and I have the atypical stubborn bulldog that decides that he doesn't want to move when I want him to. And it was a casual, everyday occurrence. You know, I'm kind of muffling his butt away, kind of trying to get things done, do my chores in the house, and it's later on in the day, and I'm getting everything ready together, and he's laid out flat along the tile because it's cool on the floor and snoring away, but he won't move. And I decided in my wisdom that I would step over him to get down the stairs, and he popped up like a Pop-Tart in a toaster oven and just jumped up, lost my footing, and I did the Superman maneuver into the living room. Head first. Not so graceful, not so light and easy, and I did not do a nice tuck and roll. I did a whole slam belly flop into the living room, and as I laid there in a lot of pain, discombobulated because I knocked the wind out of me, and I was not I was hurting, and as I am still today, and kind of confused of what to do next. Anytime I tried to move, try to get myself up, I couldn't move. The RV sites to the left and the right of us were empty, so even if I could gather enough air in my lungs to yell for help, nobody would hear us. In my infinite wisdom, my phone and my watch, which would connect to my phone to be able to call help, were on their charger in the bedroom. And so basically I was a fish out of water and could not figure out a way to get assistance at this point. My dog then, now thinking that as I'm laying there wallowing in pain, thought it was playtime, and he came down and was kind of like, cuddling up next to me, thinking I was there to be his play doll. I don't know exactly how long I was there on the floor, but I had been there for quite some time. I honestly thought I broke maybe my collarbone or my rib cage, because it hurt that deeply. But by the time I got up and was able to get myself up and into the sofa, it was not that far later that my husband got home from work. Even though we live full-time in an RV, my husband's still active duty in the Marine Corps, so he's at work all the time. So the reason why I'm having this conversation with you is because we are in the summer gig of things, and as I was spending 6 hours in the ER waiting room waiting to be seen and have x-rays, and then go through the whole inoculus of explaining what happened and have them do testing and poking and prodding, and I was thinking about all the different things that we do, with my husband being gone most of the day and with him being at work, and thinking about all the stuff that, we usually put little wickets in line, and how I got too comfortable in my little bubble, that we are now in that summer session where people are traveling a lot more. Even with the cost of gas being higher, people are choosing to still hit the road with their families, maybe not go on so far of jaunts, but they are still exiting and going out on trips with their families.
Ladies first. Oh boy, that's working it.
But there's little things that we are maybe not paying attention to, or maybe not thinking of, and especially with the slip and fall, which, believe it or not, and I'll put a little card in the description bar below. 6.8 million people are, as of 2020, were admitted to the ER for slip and falls. So considering that we are in a mobile home and we're transient, we travel and we go all these different places, it made me think about, we talk about all these different things, especially being an RV community. We talk about all these things and safety things that we should be doing, right? You purchase an RV. We tell you, get fire extinguishers, get TPMS, tire pressure monitoring systems. We tell you to get, for GPS systems, we tell you to get an RV style GPS so you're on the right types of roads with the right type of clearances for overheads and bridges and stuff like that, so you don't scrape off the top of your RV by going under a overpass that is too low. Or go down roads that are not meant for you, and things of that nature, so you are safe when you're driving and you have the right type of connections and the hitches and the Then we talk about making sure you have a NOAA and then you're paying attention to the weather around you. That when you check into your campground, that you ask that in case of you have to evacuate, where is the safe ground that you go to. But we never really talk about things of safety wise. Well, we do say, like, if you don't feel safe there, you get that little gut feeling like, I don't feel comfortable here, then get the heck out, right? Follow your gut. But we don't talk about what happens to you in case of emergencies. What do you need to do, or what you should be planning if something happens to you or one of your family members while traveling? Because that seems to be a topic we kind of like don't really talk about, and I think we really need to, especially considering I just did this. But what I was thinking when I was sitting in the ER is I'm sitting there going, you know what, we talk about all these fundamental things that we need for our RVs and for our trucks, and when you're planning out stuff, right? Even if you're a nomad planner, you don't make destination points, but you want to travel this way, but you do make a kind of a planning itinerary. You decide you're going to go this way and you want to go in this direction. Well, here's a great idea. You may not necessarily plan what campground you're going to go at on that route, that travel that we're hitting on. We know that this is the route we're going to take. So what you can do and what you should be doing is also pinpointing. You can go on Google Maps or Apple Maps or even on your trip planners, and start looking for clinics, urgent care centers, and hospitals, and for your pets, veterinary clinics and vet hospitals along that route, and putting little pins along the way, so if something were to happen. We have seen it. There's been videos posted about one who was hitching up their RV, crushed their arm between the truck and the RV. Lord in heaven, safety first, people. Never ever get between your vehicle and your RV. No. But it happens. Things happen. Do like I did. Do a header off your stairs. Trying to fix something, cut your arm, break a bone because you're trying some new bike stunt or whatever, and mountain biking or horseback riding, you fall down. Yes, certain things you'll call EMS, you'll call the ambulance, but other things you won't necessarily need to. You can drive there yourself. But knowing exactly where to go to in advance is a great safety measure for you, because it saves you time, and time is always important in case of emergencies for you guys. For me, my husband, I'm allergic to seafood. My husband is allergic to venomous insects like bees, mud daubers, and things like that, and so we carry EpiPens with us, and knowing that we have a certain amount of time to get from point A to point B is necessary, because sometimes ambulances cannot get to us. It's like 30 to 45 minutes out, but yet a near clinic to us is like 10 to 15 minutes to it, so we can get to the clinic before they can get to us. That has happened, believe it or not. Put in the city and town location and get the zip codes, and then you can go onto your insurance company and find out what insurance hospitals and clinics in that area are covered by your insurance. And so it kind of also narrows down those clinics and stuff that you can go to that are covered by your insurance. So that helps as well. Just put little pins in on the way in, so if something were to happen, you have a backup for the wedding. And here's another little tidbit for safety and regarding you and your family and well-being. Another thing to consider, most of us carry within our vehicles is a first aid kit. Now, you can buy them at Walgreens, Walmart, any pretty much you can buy them online as well. The simplest first aid kit usually has like band-aids, silk pads with silk tape, and just different antiseptic sprays, just a basic kit, just basic simple first aid kit, and that will help you get by for certain things. But the thing is, yeah, it's great to have them, but do you really know how to use them? If something comes up and an actual incident occurs, do you know basic first aid? And for most people, the answer is no. And what I would say is, if you are traveling and you are, actually for everybody, I would say for anybody out there, if you are anybody over the age of 8 years old and you are starting out in life, I'd say start by taking a basics first aid kit. And the Red Cross, American Red Cross, offers first aid courses that you can take, and I'll put the link below, and you type in your area and find out where the next class is. Yes, there's a charge for it, but you start with the basic first aid class, and they'll teach you basic simple first aid and how to do CPR and how to use an AED defibrillator. And you learn all these basic courses, and you take them and you learn how to do so. When you get into a situation where you may have to be, or you come up to a situation where first aid is necessary, you are not standing there trying to figure out what to do next. You will feel confident in that situation to be able to assist until the right people are on the scene to help take over that case. And that is just a big weight off your shoulders, especially if you're traveling anywhere, because you may come up on anything from cuts, bruises, broken bones, to car accidents and things of that nature. So start by going on to the American Red Cross, and I'll put the link below, and see when the next course is available in your area, and start learning more and more about first aid so you can be there. I highly recommend it, because those things can be a lifesaver. Just taking a little bit more time to add an extra safety measure can make a big difference should a time arise and you have to use it. And I hope you never have to use it. But accidents do happen. That's why they're called accidents and not on purposes. So I hope you guys have a wonderful summer. I hope you guys have a great adventure, take massive pictures, and have wonderful memories. And I'll see you guys soon. That's why we've been off the air for a couple weeks, because I'm still recovering and I'm still seeing doctors pretty much, and Henry's not home right now. So you guys take care of each other, love one another, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.